What's going on, guys? TTL here. Going to be going over my top 5 MLB plays for Prize Picks today. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment if you're going to tell any of these picks. Also, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to push for 10K subs by the end of the year. We're currently at like 8,200 or something like that. So 1,800 to go. Let's keep pushing. If you're new to Prize Picks or new to Underdog, use code TTL when you sign up. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $100 free, and you'll get 2 weeks free of all of my picks. So let's keep killing it. Before we do get started, if you're interested in joining VIP, if we have a great day or something like that, and you're interested in seeing what and all VIP get, they get complete Prize Picks, Underdog, and Sleeper slips. I just send exact screenshots of every single slip that I play for any sport. You also get exact sportsbook bets for any sport that I personally play, which is like all of them. And then I do VIP only live streams, watch parties. We do VIP only giveaways. There's just a ton of stuff in the Discord for VIPs and for free even. So make sure to join the Discord. That link is down in the description and in the comments down below. Same with the VIP link. It's just a Patreon link, $20 a month. Really cheap for what you get. And let's get into the actual picks. So let me go ahead and pull up my Discord so I can look at these picks on my second monitor as I go over them. My top play of the day for Prize Picks is actually Merrill Kelly over 5.5 strikeouts. This is a 1.6x on Sleeper. If you're not sure what Sleeper is, it's sort of like Prize Picks, but the props have sportsbook odds. So around 1.78x, 1.77x is what Prize Picks would give you if their props were on Sleeper. So you do get a value on Merrill Kelly over 5.5 strikeouts compared to a sports book. We can go to the MLB strikeout rankings. We can see the Giants are 25th in the league for most amount of strikeouts per game, averaging over 9.2 strikeouts per game. They had 10 strikeouts in their last game, so 9 or 10 strikeouts on average. They're bottom 5 teams in the league for striking out. And Merrill Kelly has a great matchup here. We can take a look at our partners, Outlier.bet. We can see he's around minus 135, 133 odds on sports books. Over his last 5, he's went over this in 4 of 5. Over his last 10, he's went over in 7 of 10. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And in 2023, he's went over this line in 16 of 27 games, with a lot of the losses being 4 or 5 strikeouts. So hopefully we can see him cash for us today. The head-to-head was pretty bad last time they went against each other. The only game they played this year, he got 2 strikeouts, and this was back in June. I'm assuming he's going to want some redemption tonight. I think that he goes for 7, 8 strikeouts tonight, honestly. So really looking forward to that. Loving this play, locking that one in with confidence. I also really like the one on top of that, Mitch Keller over 5.5 strikeouts. Again, this is like 1.7x on Sleeper, so you do get a little bit of extra value on Prize Picks and on Underdog. These versus the Cubs. The Cubs are 15th of 30th, so literally middle of the pack, middle of the league for striking out, averaging 8.5 strikeouts per game this season. I apologize, I keep yawning. When we click on him, he's around minus 105 odds. He's actually plus 116 on FanDuel, but minus 120 on Caesars. I checked on Bovada, and he was like minus 128. So that's the only reason I'm taking him on Prize Picks. If you can get him on FanDuel, if you're on a sportsbook legal state, definitely get the plus 116 odds and just take him straight up. Those odds are crazy. For 2023, he's been over this in 20 of 30 starts. He's also gotten 5 and 4 as well. Over his last 5, he's hitting 4 of 5. And over his last 10, he's hitting 7 of 10. Loving this matchup for him. He goes over this most times that he plays versus the Cubs, and he's went over this most games this season that he's played. So loving the Mitch Keller prop, locking that one in as well. I also really love Justin Steele over 6 strikeouts versus on the opposite end versus the Pirates. The Pirates are 21st in the league, averaging 8.9 strikeouts per game. Over their last 3, they're actually averaging almost 13 strikeouts. And in their last game, they had 16 Ks. They've been striking out like crazy this whole season. They've been striking out an absurd amount over their last 3 games. And I really love this Justin Steele prop. Now, I will say on Sleeper, I actually got this at 5.5 rather than the 6. I think that he's getting 7 or more tonight, though. So the push potential doesn't scare me too much. Let's scroll up until we can see. Over 5.5 strikeouts is around minus 155 odds. In 2023, he's went over this in 16 of 28. Over his last 5, he's went over in 4 of 5. And over his last 10, he's went over in 8 of 10. So this recency bias, he's been absolutely killing it. I'm seeing him getting 7 or 8 strikeouts tonight, especially versus Pittsburgh when he's getting 12 versus the Giants. He's getting... Okay, I apologize. I keep yawning. This is like the 8th yawn this video. I apologize. In early August, so last month, he actually got 7 versus the Braves and 7 versus the Blue Jays. So absolutely love the odds of him getting 7 or 8 versus the Pirates. They strike out unfathomably a lot, especially compared to the Braves and Toronto. So loving this prop as well. Next we have Zach Thompson over 4.5 versus the Brewers. The Brewers are 20th in the league, averaging 8.5, a little over 8.5 strikeouts per game. And when we take a look, if we can find him, oh, he's going to be at the bottom. He doesn't have 10 games played. Zach Thompson over 4.5 strikeouts is around minus 125 to minus 131 odds on sportsbooks. In 2023, he's played 7 games. He's went over this in 5 of 7. The 2 times that he did it, he was against the Phillies. The Phillies, he got 4, so he missed by 0.5. And then in late August versus the Padres, he got 3. I really love his odds to go over 4.5 today. I'm seeing him getting 5 or 6 strikeouts today, especially when he gets 5 versus the Mets earlier this year. And the Brewers are 20th in the league. The Mets are currently 9th. I believe when he went against them, they were 5th or 6th. So he's going against a top 5 team and getting 5 strikeouts versus a bottom 10 team. I expect him to get 7 or 8. Probably 7. If I had to guess how many strikeouts he ends with tonight, I would say 7, maybe 6. But 6 or 7 strikeouts, a 1.5 difference between my projection and what PrizePicks has him at. When it's this low of a number, definitely going to hop on that. And then the last pick of the day that I'm going to give out for free is Hunter Green over 7.5 versus the Twins. Minnesota are 30th in the league. They're bottom league for striking out, averaging double-digit strikeouts per game. So that's all you really need to know, even. But Hunter Green on FanDuel is plus 108. So if you have FanDuel, again, if you have a legal sports book like FanDuel, definitely take it if you can get plus money for this. It's minus 148 on Bovada. It's minus 146 on Caesars. It's even minus 120 on DraftKings. But for some reason, it's almost plus 110 for the FanDuel odds, which is just absurd. So definitely take this on FanDuel if you can. Now, I will say when we look at these stats, it's going to look horrible. Over his last 5, he's only hit it in 1 of 5. Over his last 10, he's only hit it in 5 of 10, so half the time. This year, he has less than a half hit rate, 47%, 9 of 19 games. When you look at the matchups, though, you can see he went versus Tampa Bay. He went versus the White Sox, the Mets, Houston, Toronto, Arizona, the Mets again. Anytime that he's went again, most of the time when he's went against bad teams, he's went over. Like 8 versus Pittsburgh the first time around. He went 6 the second time around. 10 versus the Braves. 10 versus the Athletics. 8 versus the Rockies. 10 versus the Yankees. 11 versus the Cubs. 8 versus Boston. 9 versus the Cardinals. 9 versus the Cardinals again recently. Versus the Twins, who are worse in the league for striking out. I definitely like taking this over. Again, if you can get it at better odds than like minus 120 on Bovada or anything like that, or any sports book that you personally use, definitely take it with those odds rather than on PrizePicks. This is more of a flex play on PrizePicks just because they give you minus 135 odds. So if minus 135 odds is better than what you're able to get on a sports book, take it on PrizePicks. But if you can get the single bet for better than minus 135, just take that. You can pair Zach Thompson and Hunter Green for like plus 100 each. Going to be a phenomenal bet. You're going to get like, what would that be? I'm not exactly sure. But you're going to get great odds, way more than a 3x, way more than plus 200. So definitely look at those sportsbook odds if you have a sportsbook before putting these on PrizePicks. But Hunter Green and Zach Thompson are the only two you have to worry about for that. The top three are power plays. Play them however you would like. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment if you're going to tell any of these picks or if you have any questions about your picks, and I'll see you in the next video.